Hello everyone! Today we're diving deep into the harrowing tale of a figure who has become notorious on TikTok and other social media platforms, a self-proclaimed content creator known as Nova Online.
Hey you watching the video. Welcome to Novine Week 2.0. If you're not sure what Novine Week is, it is a course over a week where I post over minute long videos for you guys for more content.
Nova embodies the dark side of internet fame, where shock value often trumps substance and the lines separating reality from performance dissolve into obscurity. His presence on a platform celebrated for bizarre and often outrageous content indicates how far some are willing to go for attention. Even among the most seasoned TikTok creators, Nova has carved a niche that many find deeply unsettling. While most creators gravitate towards dance challenges, comedic skits, or lip syncing to the latest pop hits, Nova's content takes a much darker, more disturbing turn. But so who exactly is Nova Online? He is, at his core, a 20-year-old out-of-work man-child who hails from Idaho. Although he's best known by the moniker Nova, his real name is Gabriel Scryer Gage. Like many internet lolcows, he is driven by a desperate need for validation through content creation, attempting to garner fame in an already saturated online environment. Nova first gained notoriety with a Wingstop review video that went viral for one singular reason: its uncanny meme appeal. In this video, he samples different food items while exuding the kind of over-the-top enthusiasm that is cringeworthy yet fascinatingly entertaining. Ooh, wow, okay, these are very spicy. Dr. Pepper always slaps. 10 out of 10, he exclaims as he drowns himself in grease-laden delights.
Seasoned fries. Okay. Mango habanero wings. Oh wow. Okay, these are very, very spicy. Oh wow. Dr. Pepper. Oh, it slaps. 10 out of 10. Lemon pepper wings. Lemon pepper wings are absolutely stunning.
Initially, this era of Nova could be categorized as harmless, his eccentricities showcasing a light-hearted side of food criticism. Unfortunately, as we journey deeper into his story, we uncover layers that are much darker, revealing weird fetishes and serious allegations that cast a long shadow over his whimsical beginnings. Buckle up, because we are about to take a deep dive into the convoluted life of Nova Online. While many recognize him as a TikTok degenerative figure, very few consider how his internet journey began. Nova entered the digital realm when he was a teenager, posting videos on YouTube nearly 8 years ago under the channel name Magic Wizard. His early uploads consisted of daily vlogs and amateur gaming streams that, while poorly executed, offered a glimpse into a young man's attempts to find his footing in the vast world of online content. Though his early videos suggested a chance at relatability, a boy with dreams of following in the footsteps of his favorite YouTubers, there is an eerie sadness in juxtaposing his youthful innocence with what he has become. Nova struggled to gain traction with his videos, prompting him to change course in June 2020 by launching a new channel called Nova Universe. This second channel exhibited varying content, mostly focusing on Minecraft and Fortnite gameplay, interspersed with dance routines. Still, something was undeniably missing, a spark that would set the internet ablaze with attention. That spark came when he turned to TikTok, where the slippery slope of his fame truly began. Nova flooded the platform with random musings, many centered around food reviews, culminating in the infamously viral Wingstop video. Suddenly, meme culture latched onto him, fueled by his distinctive speech patterns, peculiar eating habits, and the delicate balance of cringe and relatability. As his content gained traction, he inadvertently invited scorn, with users circulating clips to poke fun at his eccentricities. While he sought validation and popularity, Nova was, in reality, becoming a punching bag for online trolls. It's worth noting how these interactions cultivated a warped sense of identity for Nova. With each like, share, and repost, he found himself caught in a feedback loop where he began to view himself through the lens of absurdism, fortifying his delusions with false adoration. One particular viral review involved him sipping an orange Monster energy drink while attending Bible camp, proclaiming, "This tastes like orange juice with a hint of tangerine." His jovial demeanor belied a deeper malaise, as he reveled in his newfound notoriety while bearing his soul in a uniquely disturbing manner. Despite the visible ridicule, he continued to push boundaries and share personal details about his life, unknowingly feeding in to the very personas that delighted in tearing him down. His videos began to reflect a facade of bravado, overshadowing an underlying vulnerability encapsulated by his decision to create a Discord server aimed at connecting with his Nova stars. Tragically, these fans were often trolls looking to further exploit his insecurities. In the beginning, Nova used the server as a means of interaction, but this quickly devolved into a realm ripe for exploitation. As a result, his followers witnessed increasingly disturbing behaviors unfold before their eyes. In a stark revelation, he began exposing an unsettling dimension of himself on Discord, sharing peculiar fantasies that led some to question his mental stability. The term age regression found its way into his discourse, where he would openly discuss how he found comfort in wearing diapers, compounded by revelations of bedwetting. In this space, he revealed a fetish that not only repulsed many, but raised significant red flags regarding his mental state. Dishearteningly, Nova exhibited no shame in parading these habits for the world to see. Pictures of him in children's clothes and snuggled up with plush toys only amplified the growing chorus of concern. As if that weren't enough, he further eroded his credibility by making discordant admissions about being attracted to underage girls, leading to serious allegations that would follow him like a shadow, tainting his online presence. Emerging from this was evidence of a mental health crisis, one that was actively overlooked by a community that thrived on his antics. Aside from his online persona, little is known about Nova's personal life outside of Idaho. Most significantly, we note his peculiar relationship with his uncle, whom he mentioned frequently in his streams. This connection warranted scrutiny, characterized by an intense emotional dependency that bordered on disturbing. The dynamics of their relationship were tumultuous at best. Moments of affectionate recollections quickly spiraled into rage-filled rants against perceived slights. Insulting his uncle during public streams was juxtaposed with moments of bizarre defensiveness, especially when others disparaged the man who raised him after the unfortunate passing of Nova's father when he was only a child. It's imperative to note that the loss of a father figure can have cascading effects on a young boy, and Nova struggles to contend with the complexities of his familial relationships manifested in unhealthy ways. Deprived of paternal affection, his uncle became the point of focus in a desperate attempt for connection and validation.
Uncle! I missed what my uncle said, and then he went on for a full rant. Done. Okay, you. Yes, I said that. No,
Unfortunately, the nature of this relationship prevented Nova from fostering healthy interactions with those around him, leading to a spiraling descent into the depths of weirdness that would eventually come to characterize his online presence. The unpredictability of Nova's behavior escalated dramatically when he was outed for purportedly engaging in inappropriate video calls with a 14-year-old girl, a revelation that sent shockwaves through the community. The footage portrayed an uncomfortable reality, with Nova meowing and barking on cue upon request from the girl, while the bigger issue remained buried underneath layers of cringe. Inappropriate questions that should never cross the minds of adults interacting with minors. In the aftermath of this scandal, Nova attempted to deflect accountability, conducting live streams to clear his name, while simultaneously entrenching himself deeper into denial. The defiance in his assertions that the accusations were unfounded only fueled the fires that were already raging against him. Despite a clear trail of disturbing behavior, he persisted steadfast in his belief that these allegations were merely the product of online harassment rather than consequences of his own actions. The fallout escalated when he faced backlash for being banned from the church where he recorded one of his most infamous videos. Nova erupted in a rage-fueled live stream, lashing out at viewers who trolled him while condemning them as jobless losers who could only derive joy from making his life difficult. His meltdowns, replete with threats to call lawyers and absurd claims, such as the allegation that those criticizing him had no fathers, only served to paint a picture of a man who had lost touch with reality, blinded by his own delusions of grandeur. Yet, despite the humiliation and storm of controversies encircling him, Nova was far from finished. Instead of retreating from the public eye, he made a theatrical return by recreating his original Wingstop review video in an attempt to wipe the slate clean. However, the internet has an infallible memory, and the audience was all too aware of his turbulent past. As an alarming trend in Nova's online life unfolded, so too did a new chapter emerge in the saga of the Ohio anime. Here we see the merging of absurdities as he collaborates with a similarly chaotic figure known as Hosiman. This collaboration took the form of a wildly unrecognized anime, which imploded due to cringe-driven content so superficial that it felt like a parody of internet culture itself. In his role as a director, Nova interacted with a roster of online personalities, begging the question, how did his descent into chaos mesh with the outrageousness of his collaborators? The infamous Logan Paul incident in Japan had set a precedent in disturbing content at unparalleled levels, yet Nova and his cohort responded by staring into the abyss with their equally questionable attempts at fame and content creativity. As Nova pushed further from cringe into outright absurdity, their joint projects were mired in suspicion, leading to whispers of scams and exploitation for monetary gain, all while the audience tuned in for the wild ride. Through the chaos surrounding Nova, the most chaotic element was perhaps the back and forth feud with Tofaya, another internet figure notorious for her own brand of grotesque antics. These two figures mirrored each other perfectly, effectively engaging in a bizarre rivalry characterized by back-and-forth accusations of racism, insensitivity, and personal attacks, all seemingly motivated by mutual disdain, ego, and a desperate need for relevance. Their exchange reached a peak when Nova sought to address her embarrassing antics with a humorously sad mocktail video designed to showcase Tofia's perceived flaws, only for her to inevitably retaliate, bringing the focus back to his own problematic persona. All through their exchanges, the audience primarily watched for the schadenfreude, largely unbothered by the ethical implications of encouraging toxic behavior. As it stands now, Nova remains an active player in the TikTok landscape, continuing to sidestep controversy while adopting new personas and creative outlets. Yet the question looms, how long can this carousel of cringe and drama sustain itself without leading to deeper repercussions? In closing, the saga of Nova Online brings forth critical discussions surrounding the nature of internet fame, the lines of accountability, and the long-term effects on vulnerable populations. As we observe the stream of content created by individuals who prioritize shock value above all else, we must question not only the motivations behind their antics, but also the impact these figures have on younger and impressionable audiences. When will the collective online community recognize the dangers posed by content creators like Nova, individuals who leverage their notoriety not merely for entertainment, but as a platform to explore dark, unsettling realms? Thank you for joining this exploration today. While the world of TikTok may continue to churn out characters like Nova, we can glean important lessons about the consequences of unchecked fame and the notion of reality and performance-driven interactions. Until next time, continue to engage, share, and keep questioning the narratives we consume online.